Guys, whatever. What is up? All right, another episode of Life of MDAG, right? On the farm. So, decided to just go out here and have some fun. We do have a few more unwanted guests. I'll include those pictures. All right, so you guys see what I'm talking about here. So these are, you know, they act like they live here, right? We don't want them here. So instead of taking them out with the Ninja, or, you know, I've got a couple, I released a video where I took it out with the, you know, John Marston, as I call the 300 blackout suppressed. This is going to be my new toy. Of course, I've had it. You guys have seen it before. This thing unfortunately had a out of battery explosion on me. I'm perfectly fine, right? My arms still look juicy, right? Face is still great, right? But I had to send it back. Of course, they sent it back, looked out for me. Tippman was great with the customer service and everything else. I know I'm all over the place. However, this is going to be, again, just my new favorite plinker and small game Terminator on the farm, right? And of course, we know this is a, you know, Tippman M4 chambered in 22 WMR, and normally WMR, you know, is not traveling at these super duper light speeds unless you're shooting something like the CCI uppercut, which boasts 1050 FPS. 1050 FPS coming out of this thing is still pretty loud, right? So we got to have our political correct, you know, outfit on. But then 15 round mag, I got some B5 furniture on here, and you guys remember this probably from a couple other videos. If you don't, this is a Monstrum red dot sight with a magnifier. It's actually pretty good. It's on the budget side, which you guys know that I love, right? We don't want to spend a whole lot of money on anything except for the actual gun. You know, that's kind of backwards. The gun, good optics, whatever. Kind of, you know, it's your interpretation of what's expensive or not. Up front here, we've got a nightstick flashlight. It's got like 100,000 candela, great lumen, it's like 1,500 to 2,000 lumen or something like that. And then we've got the wannabe AccuTac on here. I'm saving my bipod save up money for a SkyPod from MDT. And as you guys know, those are really expensive, but really good quality. At the same time, we've got a Sparrow fun stick on there with the heat shield, or, you know, little heat cover there, so it doesn't melt. And when we go to, you know, melt our hands off, and we go to try to take it off, especially shooting some, you know, some quick loads through this thing. And yeah, so we're just going to zero this thing at 50. So far, this thing has been all over the place, of course, but we're going to get it zeroed in at 50, and then we're just going to go out and do our regular 3 still targets and do a little bit of plinking, a little bit of woods walking, and see if I can go find a couple of those furry intruders, right, that do not belong here, right? Everybody just wants to live for free, man. You know, live for free. All right, here we go. Let's just throw some rounds down range. First target we're at. I'm not going to waste time. Of course, I don't have a, you know, scope cam or anything like that. This is not one of the Zulus optics that I got that I can give you some scope cam footage. So you're just going to have to trust me. Yeah. All right. So we're at about 20 yards. All right. So it looks like I need to come down, or come up, really. I forgot to grab my flathead. From the garage. But this should work. All right. Gotta come up some more. Perfect shot. All right, I'm gonna push it out to about 40 yards. And I'm gonna try to do without my magnifier as of yet. WMR, guys, as you know, it's pretty smoky, especially come out of this thing here, semi. All right. It's weird, I am not seeing anything on that target. All right, I'll be right back. Gotta go check this target here. All right, got a little wooden board up there at like 40, like 37 to 40, right? Nowhere on the target. This thing is wacky sometimes. All right, so let's go for steel right now. Of course, you guys heard that. Really need a flathead with this, guys. All right. Come up just a tad bit more. Okay, now we're going for the wood down there. A little bit high. Okay, a little bit high and a little bit to the left. That's 4 clicks. Look like it put it spot on. Of course, we're not dialing any minutes or anything like that. Yes, I clicked without looking. We're just gonna guess, okay? It's a little bit too much to the right. Bullseye. Had to make sure that there was no other out of battery explosion, which is actually what happened to my last one before this one was warranted. Okay, gonna load up 15 more rounds. Oh no, we've only got 14. I'm just playing. Of course we have more ammo, all right? We're gonna have some fun, okay? I'm gonna fast forward through this really quickly, and voila. All right, now of course, again, we're missing one, right? But what's one round, right? We don't need one round. Yes, we do. All this for one round? Yes, yes. All right. Jesus will come back for just one sheep? Yes, we got to come back for just one round. Now, not 10 yards, not 20, not 30, 50, right? Yeah. By the way, kids, of course, it is wonderful practice to go back on safe every single time you fire. This is something I've been practicing for 20 plus years. However, I just did not do it just now, right? It's only me at the farm, on the range, but even still, practice good gun safety. Big 12-inch steel at 50. That's fun. All right. All right, let's see if we can get down there at 100. Yes, we did. That's 100. Shot group is all over the place, but that's 100. Let's do 110. Gotcha. Guys, I'm so glad that I'm covered up because, as you guys know, because the WMR round has so much propellant in it, which the average, WMR round is traveling at like 2,200 feet per second. Of course, this thing get down in my little neck area, something like that, I will be catching the Holy Ghost and running away from here. All right, I'm gonna load up 12 more rounds and we'll shoot down there and have some fun. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna zero this directly at 50. All right, let's get some precision at 50. I at least an inch or two at 50. Again, this is WMR out of a AR platform. It's not gonna be too accurate, okay? So, but I'm gonna try to hone this in, kind of dial this in at 50, and we'll just go shoot some steel, all right? Catch you guys in a half second. Down here at 55 yards with my 3 notorious steel targets, well, technically 4, but we are not going for those little spinners right there with this thing, okay? It'll be kicking up little pieces of brick and everything else that I've demolished over here with WMR. All right, so I'm gonna take this not as fast as I usually would run drills with my 5.56 or 223 because of the out of battery explosion that this thing had on me before, and we don't want that happening because then I'm 2 or 3 weeks without my baby. Down at 55 yards, as usual, of course, right? Because this is as far as I'm going to zero this thing. If I had another dedicated like bolt action WMR or something like that, I would do it, but not with this, okay? So what we're going to do here is, not today, but again, I am going to actually get some IPSC targets out here, so I don't be politically incorrect for all you nitpickers out there, but you probably forgot that I don't care. Right, so we've got 3 major steel targets. None of them are over 12 inches. I'm just going to, run my little normal drill that I would do down here with 5.56 or 223. So I'll just do 2 rounds in each on like 2 different iterations, okay? All right, guys. Okay. All right. As usual, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me as I LARPed hunt. All right, and prepare, plink, do everything else on the farm, guard my chickens, right, goats, sheep, whatever else the crap I have up here. So we're getting some peacock pretty soon. Nature's own, you know, ring alarm system. Well, not ring because you can't see through them, but they're pretty loud. All right, they do their job. All right, so I am going to go hunt and see if we can grab some of those furry friends that we do not want on the farm. Is this thing a super duper solid hunter? To about maybe 40 to 50 yards, pushing it tripod wise, absolutely. Is it an absolutely amazing looking 22 with full AR controls? Yes, it is. It is super fun to go hunt with and everything else. Yes, it is. All right. Should you guys pick one up? Absolutely. Especially if you're trying to get somebody into, you know, ARs or anything like that, and they may be a little bit too much recoil, softy. If they may be a little bit too much recoil or something like that with 5.56 or 223, which I really can't imagine what recoil they'd be feeling, but you know, you got to start somewhere. If you're trying to get somebody kind of, you know, on that path, this is an absolute beast. It's absolutely perfect to start with. Okay, get them used to the controls, get them used to carrying it around. Everything else, and the weight and everything else is perfect. Get them to, you know, love putting on some attachments. Yes. Right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me again. I will catch you guys. Well, not really catch. See you. Whatever. See you guys later.